beauties, it's the Red Diva and welcome to my channel. It's been a long minute, but I am back, baby, and I hope to see you guys on a regular basis. There's a lot of wigs that I want to show you, both new and old. And today is Thriver Thursday, and I would like to honor all of the survivors out there. And today's episode is very special because we are focusing on our male breast cancer survivors. You heard that right, male cancer survivors for breast cancer. That is something that we all need to be aware of, and I'm going to be going over some information with you that could be very useful if you're a man watching this video, or if you have a male sibling or boyfriend or husband or friend or neighbor. Every man needs to hear this information. So if you are interested in learning more about this makeup on me, we're going to be talking about the Blooming collection by wet&Wild. So we're going to be going over those products. And if you're loving this hair, we're going to be talking about Outre's Wig Pop collection in Annette. So this is a really, really cute shaggy haircut that you can plop and go, perfect for survivors and people suffering from alopecia. So it's a very, very snazzy cut, and we're going to go through all the details. So don't go anywhere. Stay here and enjoy Thriver Thursday with the Red Diva. I'll be right back. We're ready to start the show. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so today we're going to be mostly using wet&Wild products, but there will be on occasion maybe one item or two that is not from wet&Wild, but I will have that also listed in the description box. So I'm going to start off with the wet&Wild Impossible Primer. Okay, this is a great silicone-free primer that really gets to fill all the little tiny bits of texture on your skin, as well as you know, like pores and things like that. So I'm just gonna smooth that on and kind of create the canvas. Haven't used this one in a while. I've been kind of floating back and forth between different brands, but this one I hadn't reached for in a while, so it's good for me to kind of get back to it a little bit more. So especially because I don't want it to go bad and then have to throw it out, you know. All right. So I wanted to do a get ready with me today because today is Thriver Thursday. I'm filming it the day before, of course, on Wednesday, but and I'm going to try to do as little of editing as possible because I don't have much time to kind of put it all together, and I do have to be working today in Long Island. But the reason for doing this video versus other videos that I've done for Thriver Thursday is that I kind of wanted to touch on the point of breast cancer awareness. I think that most people assume, or at least focus on, women's breasts, you know, but I wanted to focus on men's breasts because I think that that's something that it's still a risk for men to develop breast cancer. The signs are similar to women's breasts, and of course some of the treatments and the approach is similar, but not exactly the same, you know. The problem is that you want to be able to detect breast cancer as soon as possible, and a lot of times because men don't do self-examinations like women do, and they're not getting their you know, every year, every 2-year mammogram like women do, so a lot of times that by the time they notice something, it's already spread to other parts of the body. So it is something that's definitely preventable. And the awareness of it is really, really important because then you can be on the lookout for those signs, you know. So I wanted to talk to you about a lot of times what happens is that even men that do find some of the signs, the warning signs of breast cancer, a lot of doctors will actually dismiss the male patient because they think, oh, no, it must be something else. And sometimes, you know, like if a guy, you know, goes to the gym and works out a lot, sometimes the chest will develop some sharp pains or throbbing pains, and they'll automatically assume that that's because they've been working out a lot and not something that is a little more serious that could be the underlying cause of the pain. So so a lot of doctors misdiagnose patients, male patients, when it comes to breast cancer. Sometimes a male patient will have to go through 3 different doctors, and the first 2 will be totally dismissive about it. So persistence is the key. That if you feel that your body is not functioning normally, and you are detecting signs that can be a sign of something more serious, that is so important to be able to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and use these little stickers from e.l.f. Okay, these are little angle eyeshadow tabs, which I love to do to kind of create. Okay, what I do is I cut them in half. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I cut them in half, and so because I don't really need the whole thing, and I don't want to waste them. I hope that they don't discontinue these, because I had heard from a few other people that they might be discontinuing them, and I really hope that that's not the case, because I really love them a lot. I mean, you could figure out ways of doing it with tape and stuff like that, but isn't that cute? Okay. All right, so also the risk, you know, with men getting breast cancer is obviously a lot less, you know, than what you see in women. 1 out of 8 women will find themselves hearing the diagnosis of you have breast cancer, but only 1 out of 800 men will. But that still doesn't mean that they are not at risk of getting it. I am using the Eye Prep Eye Primer from Juvia's Place all over the lid. And so, you know, I always feel like even just 1 person being diagnosed with cancer is too many. So I think that that's something that men have to be aware of. And also, whether you have cancer in the family or you're a first generation of being diagnosed with cancer, you just have to know your cancer risk. And I always tell everyone to please know your family history of cancer and understand what risks you are dealing with, you know, within your family history. Genetics is a huge part of the diagnosis of cancer prevention, you know, and so it's really important to kind of know what's been happening in previous generations, and even in your current generation. If you have siblings that had other types of cancer and stuff like that, you have to like be aware of it. Okay, so this creates a nice canvas. Okay, so yeah, so understanding your risks, looking out for signs. And so with symptoms for breast cancer for men specifically, because that's what we're talking about today, you may find a lump in your chest, or swelling, which is often but not always painless. So sometimes you might find like a little nodule, or like the size of like a little pea or a garbanzo or chickpea frozen. You know, you may feel that on beneath the chest wall, like behind the muscle. Then also the nipple will show some signs of irregularities, turning inward, which is nipple retraction. That's something that you have to notice, you know, also changing color as well. So you have to look at that. Redness, scaling of the nipple, like when the skin is like lifts up. And also any discharge. That's something that, you know, you have to be aware that that's not normal for the nipple to look like that. You know, we luckily have not seen an increase in breast cancer in men, but we have seen an increase in awareness of it. So this is definitely something that us in the female breast cancer community have to support our male counterparts and be able to share this information with our brothers, with our male best friends, with our you know, other family members and stuff like that, you know, and you know, just put it out there. You know, we have to advocate not just for women's breast cancer, but also for men's breast cancer as well. I actually had a coworker many years ago. This is when I used to work in Macy's on 34th Street in the city of New York, and there was someone in the men's fragrance department, a male, you know, African American, that had gone through breast cancer not just once but twice. You know, first he had it in one breast and then he had it in another, and it was just like, wow, that's crazy, you know. And so it's something that is really important to be aware of, and you know, and understand what exactly is the process, you know, of detecting it, and early detection being the key, you know. So we're gonna give pause to that topic for a second. So let me share with you wet&Wild limited edition blooming collection. So this is the eyeshadow quad. This is so cute. This is called Garden Party. Okay. Oh, also, if you notice with my nails, I have like a little cherry blossom kind of detail on my nails. Those I picked up at Five Below. If you have a Five Below near you, these are called Pretty Women Faux Nails. And I literally, as you can see from the price tag, I paid $5 for them, and they come just like that. They have alternating designs on them, so you just, based on your nail bed, you fit whichever ones fit in your hands, and then you will get that pretty look. And I thought, wow, that is like so perfect for the look I'm going for today. They definitely have the little cherry blossoms. So yeah, so this is the palette. I'm gonna swatch it really quickly so you could see. These are pretty sheer tones, so I don't expect too much of pigment in these. Let's see what, and it has like a glitter too. So okay, so those are the 4 colors there. As you can see, this one, which is that top right corner, it's very light. This one is a little bit more intense, which is that top one right here with the flower. It has like a little flower imprint on it. Then this one right here. It's kind of like a little sparkly shimmer. It looks like a rose gold, so it has a little bit of a gold tone to it and a pink cast underneath. And then the last one is that pressed glitter, which is this one right here. So that's really pretty to use as a little accent. I know that it's, once we utilize the eyeshadow primer, you know, when we place the colors on top of that, it's gonna lock it in. So that should be really nice. Okay, so we're gonna start off with that light color right there. And we're gonna use a fluffy brush, sort of like this. And we're just gonna swipe that color across the crease bone. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons that I wanted to discuss breast cancer in men, because I feel like that's something that doesn't get talked about enough, and yet people are at risk, and that's something that we have to be aware of and have to share that information with our loved ones, and for men to understand the risks and for them to be aware of the symptoms, so it doesn't get kind of put in the back of the list of priorities, you know. So when you're having your checkups and stuff like that, which in general, men are not the best advocates for their own health. I have so many friends that, you know, that do not bother to go to the doctor until they are dealing with an issue for months and months and months, and sometimes even years. And that is really sad, because you know, why put yourself through agony of feeling crappy, and also you know, having an issue that could be resolved or treated. So this is actually nice. It's soft, It's a nice, soft, kind of peachy pink color, but it plays really nicely. It's a good soft transition, so it's buildable. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter underneath the brow bone later. I have a nice quad of Wet n Wild highlighters, so we're going to add a little bit of sparkle later on in key places. Okay, so that's nice. It's very soft. It's a nice wash of color. Okay. What's great about these little e.l.f. tabs and other brands that make something similar is that, you know, once you angle it in the correct way to your eye, you don't have to worry about, you know, keeping all the line and keeping the eyeshadow to one spot. You could just go ahead and easily just kind of blend like that, and then it will do its job in keeping everything straight. Okay, so now we're going to go to the second color, which is this one right here. I'm going to use a denser brush, something like this. That's going to be for the medium color. There is a little bit of kickback when you swipe the color with the brush, but nothing that we can't handle. All right, so this one's a little bit more intense, which is nice. Gives a little bit more definition. I'm going to go back with the other color, the peachy one, and just kind of blend the edges. That's nice. It's a nice creamy color, very buildable. Like I said, it had a little bit of kickback, but overall it swept on very, very nicely and creamy. Okay. Now I'm going to get a brush like this, and I'm going to go, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this one here, and I'm going to go ahead and pat in on the corner this rose gold color. That color's a little bit more dry, but it's going on very nicely. Let me see if I can go ahead and use my pinky finger to get a little bit more pigmentation. Yeah, I think there's a little bit more deposit with that. It comes out a lot sheerer than I expected. When I did the swatch, it shows up nicely, but I don't know. It's kind of strange. I don't know why it doesn't just kind of deposit as I thought it would. Let me try doing this smaller brush like this. Okay, and I'm gonna spray a little bit of the Natural Finish Wet n Wild face spray. Let's see if I moisten it up, it does a better job. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so just go ahead and use a synthetic brush, put some face mist, and activate that color. Oh yeah, completely different. Do you see it? So much more pigmented doing it like that. Much better, right? Yeah. All right. Now, before we do that pressed glitter, I want to go in with the breakup-proof, waterproof, retractable gel eyeliner from Wet n Wild in black. Okay, it's like this, automated. All right. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and underneath the top lash line, upper waterline. Okay, so give a little bit more definition there. I'm gonna swipe a little tiny bit. On the top as well. Now I'm going to go in with the breakup-proof waterproof liquid eyeliner by Wet&Wild. So this one, you have to shake it really well. Okay. So it has that, oops, got a little glob there. Don't worry. All right. So it's got that little felt tip point there. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the gel eyeliner and just kind of smooth out any rough spots that we may have, especially in the inner corner of the eye. And if this happens where you get like a little smudge from the liquid eyeliner to the bottom, just get a little bit of makeup remover. I'm using that gentle makeup remover by Estee Lauder, kind of clean it up. This is why it's so important to kind of do your eyes first and then do face, because if I had already put in the work for the face, then I would have to retouch it and redo it. So I'm going to go back and use the back side of the little brush that I used on the lid with that nice little rose gold color. But you know what? I'm gonna use something I haven't used in a while, which is the NYX glitter glue. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use that because this way I will prevent any fallout from happening during the day. I haven't used it in a while. Let's see. Yeah, it's still fine. Good. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right in the center. Okay. So I'm just kind of squeezing out a little bit, working from the back of my hand like a little palette. Okay, so now we're going to use that pressed glitter there, and hopefully it will do a good job in adhering. Ooh, yes. Yep, yep, yep. That is so pretty. Oh, it's like a princess. That is so nice. It grabs on really nicely with that glitter glue. Yeah. Little sparkles. Oh, that's really pretty. I don't know how long it'll last throughout the day, but at least for now, we're enjoying it. We shall see. I'm not holding my breath that this will last all day, but for now, it's nice. It's a nice little touch, okay? All right, great. So we got that done. I'm gonna go ahead and I have to get my eyelash curler. Let me see. I don't see here. Let me get my eyelash curler. I'll be right back, and that way we can focus on the big Poppa mascara. Okay, I got my nice pink sparkle eyelash curler. I'm just gonna give the lashes a nice little pump. Couple of squeezes. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with the Big Poppa mascara by Wet&Wild. It says bigger is better. That's what it says. It has a little crown on the top. That is so cute. Okay, this one I find that it reminds me a lot of the Monsieur mascara from Lancome. It's got that nice full size brush that can really deposit quite a bit of color and volume. So we're going to go ahead and sweep that on the top lash. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and peel off the tabs, as you can see. And if there is anything that we need to clean up, I'll go ahead and do that as well before we do the actual face. My eyeliner is a little wonky today. I have to admit, it's not my best eyeliner today. I think I'm going to clean it up and use a little bit of the makeup remover and see if I can do a better job, because it is, I think I started too big. I went too big with it, and now it's kind of like looking a little cray. Okay, I cleaned up the line a little bit with the makeup remover, and now I'm just going back with that color right there with the fluffy brush and just kind of adding a little bit more intensity right above that line, okay? Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and see if there was any fallout on my skin, and then we can continue on with complexion. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do complexion. Now, I did apply a little bit of the Believe color corrector in light medium. This is a peachy tone just to kind of brighten up the under eye, and also I like it underneath our concealer. So I'll do the concealer after I do the face. So the face, we're using the Tinted Hydrator by Wet and Wild. This is a tinted skin veil with hyaluronic acid, squalene. It's oil-free, sheer to medium coverage. I'm going to go ahead and apply that all over the face, and I will see you in a second. Ta-da! Okay, so we got the foundation done. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the Mega Last Incognito concealer. This one is going to be in the color Fair Beige. This is an all-day full coverage concealer that is still very, very light and fluffy in texture. I'm going to go ahead and use it like this. A couple of dots up here and up here. So that's going to be the placement to add a little bit of brightness. Okay, and then with a little sponge, I have the camo sponge from e.l.f. We're going to go ahead and pat that in until it is diffused. So as you can see, I went ahead and blended that color here in one eye, and I just want to show you the patting motion that you have to do with the sponge. And then you just carry it across, and this way you get a soft glow there under the eye. A little brightness goes a long way. If you want to add a little more, you can do so. Just a little extra touch there and there. A lot of people have compared this Incognito concealer to the Hourglass concealer, which is obviously a high-end concealer, but this is a great dupe. There you are. So nice lifted. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the Revolution Pro. It's the Hydra Matte Loose Powder. It's a translucent setting powder. What I like to do is, it comes like this, so that way you get a little tiny sponge like that, and then you just kind of press it in, and then press it right underneath the eye area immediately after you've gone ahead and put in your concealer. You want to lock in that concealer in place, and you don't want it to move around throughout the day. There, okay. And then the highlighter concealer there. A little bit goes a long way, okay? Just press it down. It's like an invisible powder. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, now we're going to go back to the Breakup-Proof Gel Retractable Eyeliner, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and connect that top lash with the bottom lash. And with a little brush, I'm just going to go ahead and smooth that line. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use the Flower Beauty. This one is a pencil that is for brightening the waterline on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and swoosh that below. I love this pencil because it really does such a great job in opening up that eye and just kind of cleaning up any little smudges that may exist right on the waterline between the lashes. That's really, really pretty. I love that. Go back with the gel liner from Wet n Wild just to kind of clean up that corner. Okay, and for the bottom lashes, I prefer using the High Definition Skinny Mascara by Believe Beauty. This one has that perfect little brush that really does a great job of capturing every single little bottom lash without clumping them together. So usually that's the mascara of choice for the bottom lashes. Now I'm going to go with filling my brows. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Brow Pencil, and the color is called Ginger Roots. And the reason I'm choosing this color today is because you'll see in a second when I do the hair that this color is a great match. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the brows. I finished the brows utilizing the NYX brow glue. And just kind of helped me comb the brow pencil throughout the hairs and made it a little bit more smooth. Okay, so the eyes are done. We're going to do a little bit of complexion now. I'm going to go ahead and utilize the Heat Wave bronzer, and that's going to kind of go on the outer perimeters of the face. I like this one because it's a cool toned bronzer. This is called Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer, and this one is in the color Sunrise. I'm going to go ahead and utilize the She Glam Contour Stick in Soft Tan. This one has, it's like this. It's a light tone. I like to just kind of chisel the nose a little bit. And also hit the bottom of the nose a little bit too. And I just kind of utilize a little fan brush. And I'm also going to chisel the jawline a little bit more too. And you just kind of use the sponge to tap it in. And then with the powder bronzer, just gonna go over it. I'm also gonna go back with that powder. It's blended. Okay, now we're going to talk about the blush. The blush is also from that Blooming collection. It's so cute, right? This one is called Flower Power. So see this color? Oh, it's kind of nice and creamy. Yep, pretty good pigmentation there. All right, going to use a little blush brush. It does have a little bit of kickback. That's nice. It actually has more pigment than a previous blush that I had gotten from Wet n Wild from another collection that was like for Valentine's. I don't know if you guys got that one, but the blush was like, it just didn't give any pigment. But this one actually does. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Good. Good to see that they've improved their blush formulations. Oh, this is so pretty. A little bit on the nose. Oh, this is really nice. I like myself a nice blush that really stands out. Oh, this is really pretty. And it has almost like a sheen to it without looking frosted or anything like that. This is really pretty. Very nice. Oh my God. Okay, I'm happy about that. This is the Wet n Wild palette of highlighters that I was referring to earlier. It's a Mega-Glo highlighting palette, and it has as you can see. I usually go for this one right here, or sometimes I go for the kind of like a rose gold color, but we're gonna focus on this one right here. And we're just gonna hit those high points of the face, like that, very lightly, just to kind of give a little bit of a sweepy color. So pretty. A little bit over the brow, a little touch on the nose. And to brighten the under eye area, right there where the tear duct is, I'm going to get that little tiny brush again. I'm going to mist it with a little bit of the setting powder, setting spray. I'm going to mist it with the setting spray again. And I'm going to choose that light pink color again. And I'm just going to tap that in right there and right there. Makes a big, big difference in brightening the little corner of the eye, the inside corner of the eye. Okay, and then also right there underneath the brow. It just gives a nice little pop of contrast, and it just brightens up the brow bone right there. Isn't that nice? Yeah, it makes a big difference. Okay. Okay. The next thing we're going to use is a Cloudpout, a marshmallow lip mousse. Okay, this came in actually a little box that had 3 different shades. So this one I hadn't used before, so I snagged it up from my stash, and I thought, okay, let's go for it. Let's see how it looks. I'm using the Lippy pencil in the color Oh Snap by Colourpop. I just want to go ahead and kind of fill in the lip a little bit, and then we'll apply the marshmallow, the Cloudpout. Okay, now we're ready for the Cloudpout. This is a really nice kind of moussey color. This one, the exact shade is called Girl, You're Whipped. Really pretty, right? And then we're going to use just on the top the lip gloss from that Blooming collection. This one is going to be called Bloom Time, and it has the little cherry blossom design on it, and it's just a nice little light sparkle. I don't know if there, you could see it right there. Yeah, it's just a nice little color there. So I'm going to use it on the back of my hand because I don't want to use it with the applicator because it's going to mess it up. All right, we are ready. This came out very nice, by the way. It has a really, really pretty kind of like a gold champagne sparkle on a clear base. So it added some really nice dimension. The last item that we're going to be talking about today, there's another lip product, a couple of more lip glosses, and also a face sponge, which I did not get. But the last one that I did want to talk about is the Wet n Wild Blooming Face Mist, and it has little sparkles throughout the mix. And this one is called Miss Cherry Blossom. Yes! All right, so shake it up really well. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to try out the mist first. All right, not too bad. All right. It has almost like a cherry scent. It does. And come to think of it, so does the lip gloss. Okay, I'm going to make sure that we pat in. Just kind of melt everything up. Oh, that's so pretty. Very nice. All right, guys. I'm going to be right back. We're going to talk about the hair that we're going to install today. Really quick plop and go, perfect for survivors. So stay tuned and I will be right back with the hair. Okay, I put my wig cap on. I'm gonna go ahead and use my wig grip as well, just so we can make sure that everything is nice and tight. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this really quick plop and go wig by Outre or Outre, and this is part of the Wig Pop collection, and this is called Annette in the DR Copper Orange, so dark root copper orange. Right now you're seeing the light color. I think this is like a 613 that they're showing there. But they have some specialty colors like tiramisu. There's a DR honey auburn, DR copper orange, which is this one, the red velvet, the maple brown, the ginger brown. So a lot of great colors. Wig Pop is a really great, easy collection of synthetic wigs that Outre makes, and that really it's a no-brainer. Like, you really don't have to worry about it, and it's like usually less than $20 or, you know, 25 or less. So let me show you this amazing color blend that they have. There's some pieces that you'll notice are lighter. There's some that are like a little darker. And then of course you have that dark root as well. Okay, this is like a shag. So it's going to be sort of like, it's not a mullet, but it is a little bit of a shag cut. Okay, so it looks like something like you just went to get your hair done at the salon, and this is, I'm just trimming some little loose hairs that are coming out, just like that, so we don't have any stragglers in there. So yeah, this is really cute. What I'm going to be applying is also the TG bed, the wax stick, just on the top once I put it on. Let me show you this cap construction. So it is, so 2 combs, 1 on each side, and then you're going to have 1 in the back as well as adjustable straps. The cap stretches a little bit. It's like aerated, so it's got a pretty good stretch. I think it's probably going to be for average heads. I don't think it's a huge big head friendly wig, but it does have the aerated cap, so it's nice and light and breathable. Okay, and you have these cute little bangs to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and put her on, and I will be right back so we can zhuzh her up. Okay, so as you can see, okay, it's a nice kind of shoulder length. It just touches on lightly, graces the shoulders. Okay, so it has a really cool cut to it. I'm just kind of playing around with the bangs. This is a good fit for my head. Yeah, you could do it like that. You could zhuzh it to the side. Like that. That's so pretty, right? The coloring is beautiful. Beautiful. You can also do a little bit of the invisible dry shampoo just to add a little bit of volume on the top. It has a mint mojito smell to it. That's nice. I've had it for a while, but I never used it because I always think dry shampoo for human hair, you know, but it does give the hair a little bit of texture. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. And a little bit on the top. Let me show you the view. This is from the front. This is from one of the sides. This is from the back. And this is from the other side. All right, guys, what do you think of this Annette Wig Pop by Outre wig in the DR Copper Orange? I think she is adorable. I think she is very sassy. I'm loving the color. The color blend is right out of a hair salon. It was a plop and go, 5 minutes or less, literally, maybe even 3 minutes. And I think that she's fantastic. I am so happy. I think that this will be perfect for survivors going through chemo or alopecia. It's very, very natural looking, doesn't look wiggy at all. And yeah, this is good, right? And it has a lot of autumn vibes going on with the coloring. The makeup came out so pretty. This Blooming collection by Wet and Wild. I think that overall, the colors performed very nicely. The eyeshadows were really lovely. I liked the lip gloss that came with that collection. Oh my God, and the blush, of course, the blush. That was a real surprise, and I was very, very happy to see that being the case, that it's really, really good. And the face mist gave a nice luminosity. So if you see this collection at your local CVS, snatch it up, because from the moment I bought it till the last time I was at CVS, they were pretty much all gone. So I was able to get it right when it had arrived to the store. So if not, check online and see if the Wet and Wild online has it, or if it's just like a store feature. And yeah, I'm so happy that you were able to spend some time with me, and I really appreciate, guys, if you don't mind, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my videos. And I would like to thank all of you, women and men going through cancer right now, survivors going through treatment. So I really appreciate all of you. I love you so much, and I'm there for you. Please drop a comment and say hi and sort of share your story with us. I would love to, if you guys are interested in being part of the Thriver Thursday community and also being featured in one of the Thriver Thursday episodes, and to have you as a guest, it would really be a fantastic thing for us. So anyway, thank you so much for spending Thriver Thursday with me. I really appreciate you all, and thank you so much for the honor of your time. I will see you soon. Bye.